If you have ever tried to get basic help from a major platform and ended up completely drained, you have paid the tenacity tax. This is the unseen labor required to navigate hostile customer service loops just to access the tools you rely on. Tech giants frequently advertise dedicated accessibility phone lines to appear compliant. In reality, you often face reverse delegation. Instead of fixing their own failure, the representative pushes the technical burden back onto you, demanding that you troubleshoot their inaccessible system. This creates an endless, exhausting cycle. Massive platforms and bureaucratic systems are designed to drain your energy until you simply give up on your request. Digital accessibility is a mandatory civil right under the Americans with Disabilities Act. It is a legal obligation for any platform that holds the keys to your livelihood, intellectual property, or essential daily needs. Fighting back requires a complete shift in strategy. You must move from asking corporations for a favor to demanding your baseline legal rights through rigorous documentation. Your primary weapon against these systems is a central accessibility log. Trusting a corporation's internal notes is a fatal error, as they will rarely document their own compliance failures. You must build your own record. Set up columns for the date, time, platform, representative's name, and the specific ADA violation. Now add one more column at the end labeled Company Excuse. This is the most crucial part of your entire log. Companies frequently rely on a specific legal loophole, claiming they have taken commercially reasonable steps to provide access. They use this phrase as a shield to avoid liability for their broken tools. Tracking every specific refusal in this log neutralizes that excuse. You are building a concrete, chronological paper trail proving their willful negligence, effectively stripping away their reasonable defense. When you are on a call, you will likely hit a moment where a representative demands you perform a visual or physical task you just stated you cannot do. When this happens, interrupt the loop immediately. Use this exact phrasing. I am protected under the ADA, and what you are asking me to do is physically or visually impossible. You need to provide an accessible alternative. Escalate this ticket to a corporate liaison with the authority to provide an accommodation. Expect pushback. Representatives may become hostile, raise their voices, or route you to an unmonitored dead-end email address to avoid the escalation. When the system becomes hostile, execute a tactical retreat. State you are documenting their refusal, then simply hang up the phone or close the laptop. Walking away is a calculated energy preservation tactic. It starves the hostile system of its power to drain you and ensures that the fight continues on your own terms. The tenacity tax applies directly to government assistance programs, manifesting as sudden procedural disenrollments. People are frequently cut off due to administrative failures, not eligibility. A common Medicaid trap is the ex parte failure. By law, states must attempt an automatic renewal using existing data before they demand new paperwork. Often, they skip this step and trigger a silent cutoff. Your countermeasure is specific vocabulary. When logging your appeal, explicitly demand a 90-day reconsideration. This federal window allows your healthcare coverage to be restored without a new application. If you are fighting SNAP benefit cuts, you need a different term. When you file your appeal, explicitly request aid continuing. This is your legal right to maintain your previous level of support while the hearing is pending. Deploying these specific terms enforces federal mandates. You are using the system's own procedural language to stop a silent cutoff and demand immediate reinstatement. Eventually, internal corporate or state escalation will fail. When it does, you must take the fight outside their ecosystem and bring your documented evidence directly to federal oversight. If you are dealing with inaccessible communications or smart devices, contact the FCC Disability Rights Office. When you have them on the line, read the exact dates and violations straight from your central accessibility log. For consumer business failures, file your log with the Better Business Bureau. And to demand permanent legislative fixes, like reinstating the authority to replace stolen SNAP benefits, contact your representatives through the Capitol switchboard. Bypassing a broken customer service loop to leverage these external regulatory agencies turns a private frustration into a documented federal liability. Look at the system you have built. You now possess a strict central accessibility log, an exact legal script to stop hostile loops, and direct lines to regulatory oversight. The final objective is to remove the corporate excuse of isolated incidents. We do this by sharing these documented barriers publicly, proving a systemic pattern. By protecting your energy, refusing to stay quiet, and rigorously documenting every failure, you hold these massive systems accountable. Together, we dismantle the tenacity tax and force these giants to comply.